Howdy, Banger pals. Blayne Smith welcoming you to another Overkill Reviews, Banger's weekly metal review show. And this week I'm talking about power metal. What the fuck? Can you believe it? Leave it, leave it. I'm talking about the new album from Fellowship. It's called The Skies Above Eternity. It comes out November 22nd on Scarlet Records. I'll give you one guess where they're from. Yeah, they're British. You got it. You got it in one. They formed in 2019. Hilariously, 3 of the 5 members used to be in a band called Resin Warrior, whose Metal Archive's lyrical themes are weed, corruption, anti-conservative, which I guess go off king. Their 2022 album was a Metal Monthly pick, and since we never review power metal, we figured, why the hell not? This is a real BangerTV all metal month. Was this a huge error? Let's find out, shall we, m'lady? Thankfully, yes, it does power metal. 3 of them might not have understood what thrash is supposed to sound like, but all 5 of them understand what power metal is supposed to sound like. Like something's constantly happening. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I've been asking for. It's shocking how many people can't get the easiest part right. And when I say easiest, yes, I mean conceptually. Technically, I do understand it's very hard to execute this well, this quickly for 42 minutes. But if you can't do that, then you're in the wrong genre. Why did you start a power metal band? At no point are any of these dudes just kicking back, chilling. There's always some little piece of flair on their uniform. It's a group of Bryans. There's not a Joanna in sight. 37 pieces minimum. They do layer things pretty well though, so they're not falling over each other to show off. They'll kind of all back off and give one guy the chance to shine. Like in the lulls of something like Victim, Ed Munson, who should probably embrace it and go by Eddie Munster, will step forward with some great bass work. It's power metal, so of course amazing guitars are everywhere in between like a spider web. Drumming is always at a great gallop, and yes, Matthew Corey can clearly sing quite well. Thankfully, there's also no keyboard player that I need to pretend is contributing. Goddamn bums. Deadbeats. It comes out Friday, and apparently some company called Opeth is releasing their new white noise machine, so I can only feature clips from the singles. Luckily, there are 3. They're all good, and it's a power metal record. There's not a surprise lurking here for you. It's not a haunted house. I will say the solo I'm about to play for you is not just a kitchen sink. Check out this solo. There's faster ones on here, but I think they strike a nice balance between showing off and, making music here. Okay, you can probably hear it, so let's rip this Band-Aid off. Yes, the whole thing has a bit of a Disney's Power Metal on Ice thing going on. I mean, they actually covered Can You Feel the Love Tonight? It's not on this album, don't worry. I know that's going to be a turnoff for some of you, and if it is, I can't say anything to convince you otherwise. I'm not sure if it's the whole band or if it's just Matthew Corey's voice. It's definitely not his voice. Like I said, he has an amazing voice. It's just that it sounds like the way he got this voice was taking a gap year to work as a cast member at Disneyland Paris. Every song, this guy is 10 seconds away from showing me a whole new world. Some of that is just built in and is unavoidable, but I do think with how good a singer he is, there's got to be a little way he could mix up his stylistic range to help with this. I don't need them to be a different band. Clearly, they like that shit. That's fine. Just give me something a little different, a little grime here and there. It would go a long way to spice things up and give me something to rebuttal with when someone asks me how many Dalmatians this band's got. So, spoiler, if that's a deal breaker, review over, 0 out of 5. You can leave. I'll see you for a pair of videos next week. They're both death metal. You'll be happier there. Still here? Nice. But seriously, I gotta ask. I don't know, do we care? I get if this was war metal, it would spoil the vibe, but it's a power metal band. That's kind of the vibe. What do you like? Look, I'll take power metal, but not if it was made by no pussies. It's power metal. This is what it all sounds like. It might tip a little more into the Disney vocal stylings than most, but you know what it doesn't dip into? All the other things that most power metal bands do that are annoying as hell. First of all, they have a sense of humor about everything, which immediately puts them head and shoulders above most power metal bands. To me, they sort of feel like if Twilight Force were a different type of nerd. So while I might prefer the style of nerd that Twilight Force are, because I'm very much not a Disney fan, if I'm comparing a power metal band to Twilight Force, who are the best newish power metal band, it stands to reason that this band is pretty damn good. As far as I'm concerned, from now on, Fellowship don't sound like Disney. Disney sounds like Fellowship. But look, we know there's probably one big reason I like this power metal record, and it's the same reason I like any power metal record. And it's the same reason I like Factor Meals. Factor Meal Kits are, it's a gag. As you know, we got a Patreon campaign so that we don't have to have ads here. If you can toss us a couple bucks, I can keep talking about metal. And hey, if you head over there and toss us a couple bucks and demand more power metal, hey, I guess I'll have to review more power metal. It's up to you. If you don't have some bucks to spare, it's totally fine. Like, comment, and subscribe goes a long way too. Yes, the main reason I'm excited about this record, front to back, and I can't believe I'm about to say this about this group of absolute dweebs. Sorry, boys, I know I'm being very mean. But this group of absolute Poindexters are one of the only bands in the genre that understand ballads are trash. I don't know if they actually think that, but they gave me 8 songs and an outro, and none of them are slow. Either way, that's a win. The reason I think they're men of culture and hate slow jams is because content-wise, there are certainly songs on here that could have been ballads. Like, the emotional content of a ballad is contained within some of the songs. Victim is a song where the chorus is, will I always feel like a victim? And he's definitely a Matthew. He delivers the emotional performance that would normally come along with something slower. But by the end, he changes the lyrics to, I swear I won't always feel like a victim. And that's the way it should be. And if you disagree, you're wrong. Ballads suck. Give me a big, fast, uplifting song any day of the week. It's a clever change that takes what could have been some whiny-ass elder emo nonsense and makes it something more people can identify with than exclusively little bitches. So, again, boys, very sorry. The whole record is more on the introspection side than the D20 side did. Haha. Normally, I'd say shut up and give me some Chaos Demons in here, but between the speed and the quite well-written lyrics, it makes me feel nice. I don't know. There's just enough fantasy words sprinkled in here to help the medicine go down, and they're actually doing a pretty deft tightrope walk, even if it might not seem like it. I think it's ultimately that fact that helps it step outside the normal power metal schlock and into my collection. Plus, they go fast. Have a listen to Victim and see what I mean. I just need Matthew Corey to like find a dead body in the woods or something. I'm not wishing harm on anyone. I feel like we just need some grim shit to happen around him to gruffen him up a bit, and things would be perfect here. I mean, they're doing all the good work. They've avoided all the power metal band ruiners, including they don't have shitty 3D album art. They have a nice cover done by Peter Salai, who's responsible for almost all good modern power metal covers, even if the content of those albums frequently sucks. It's not his fault. I doubt these guys have ever been personally insulted this much in a very positive 4 out of 5 review. So sorry, guys. I hope you're not mad at me. I hope the review made you happy, and the album made me happy. Oh, shit. I already gave away the score. 4 out of 5 Simba Skulls. But before you go down to the comments and tell me what you thought of the album, I, of course, have 2 shout-outs for you. I obviously don't have power metal, but if you're into some power metal, you might be into Legendarium for Eternal Glory on Fiad Productions. It came out November 8th. It's some weird heavy metal with some harsh, I don't know. It's a unique kind of special, but I really like it. And Demon Bitch is releasing Master of the Games, Cruz del Sur music next week, 2 weeks, November 29th, whatever. Whenever November 29th is to you. So that's been the review. What do you think? Should I talk about power metal more often? Was I just a massive asshole, or was this a helpful exercise? I don't know. I'll see you next week. Death metal's back.